let it go.
Zay told me he sent some shit, so be working on some amen shit. Yeah, club in the morning, off like 2. Sip champagne when we talk about views and cut like us. We stuck in the trap. Steak ain't rare, so we sending it back. All of my brothers are rare, can't cap. The money was quick, now we sending a few. I'm down by the 100, we starting to shoot. I hit 21, just watch how we move. PR in my blood, no I ain't no thug. Now we in the club, we threw a dub. Now we on
For
the
staying
move.
tuned, Artificially Genuine, episode 6, part 6. All right, so one of the main reasons that we did start this whole shebang was we try to implement AI into our shows, at least with some type of form or shape. We personally like ChatGPT because if you prompt it properly, ask it the right questions, it'll give you a kind of straight, solid answer. And another kind of topic we always like to end with is mental health. Yep. You just don't know who or what someone can be going through. So just know that there is help out there, either through friends, family, or a professional kind of therapist. So seek it. Don't just keep it to yourself. We're only here on Earth one time. So just do the best that you can. But
have you ever been to a therapist?
Not my personal self, no.
Me neither. I need to go.
You should.
Have you done it?
Yeah.
You've tried it?
I'm actually looking for another therapist right now. I feel like it's something that we all should have and try. And even if you don't think like, you're crazy or you're going through so much or whatever, it honestly just helps. Like even with just like the little microaggressions, or things that pop into your mind that are kind of invasive thoughts. And you're like, why am I thinking about that right now? Or why does that even matter? You just go over it with someone. Sometimes I just like to talk to a therapist about my dreams. Like, what does this mean?
Is that what you do? Is that what you do in a therapist?
Yeah. I mean, you can talk about whatever you want. Yeah. Most of the time they let you lead the conversation, or if you don't want to lead, then they'll, ask you like, do you want me to ask the questions? Or, would you rather just get some things off your chest and just vent? Do you want me to respond? They don't really give you like a whole lot of advice, but they ask you the right questions so that you're more fit to give yourself the right advice, because most of the time we're able to answer our own questions, or we're able to give good advice to our friends or to our loved ones, but then we don't internalize that and apply it to our own life. You know what I mean? We don't take our own advice.
Sometimes just venting, and that's how you kind of hear it. You let it out, you hear it.
Yeah.
So venting, man, that's done wonders for me.
I feel like I'll turn into Kanye, dude. Just if I go into a session, I'll just be saying some crazy shit, and I don't think I want that on record, like with the person. Like, I mean, one day I'm gonna try it. My dad has, he had mental issues growing up. I mean, growing up, he had it. I lived, with him, and I didn't know what it was. So he seeked help. So mental health for me is important because I saw my dad as an adult get the help. So one day he gave me the strength. One day I'm going to go and get this help. And my dad led that. So I'm very proud of him. And it's leading me to one day go do that.
I'm curious. I've been like on my social media trying to figure out how to word this, but like, I really want to know from a man's perspective, like, what is that hold up with like not wanting to get help for mental issues, or even just not wanting to talk to people? Like, I feel like guys, they always complain about how, women don't want to listen, or, but it's like, and then when you're with your guy friends, you don't want to talk to them either about that kind of stuff. Or if you do, you don't take it real serious and you just laugh it off, but it is serious to you. So, I mean, what is that for you guys?
Why are you holding back, Joel?
Me?
Talk to me, bro.
Nah, you're silent over there. I'm talking to you this time.
He needs it, though.
No, at the end of the day, it just comes down to like, we don't want to seem weak. Because let's say you already have an image of somebody, but when you speak about something else, if they can't handle it either, you just don't want to kind of feel like, oh, now they're not going to confide in me, or whatever the case is. Just that mental kind of masculinity that we have, we're just like, we don't want to seem weak.
Yeah.
We want to be strong on all aspects, whether physically, emotionally, whatever the case is. So it's almost like the less you speak on, the more strong you feel.
Yeah, I mean, you shared some things with me that were really deep. We've had deep conversations drinking, and
that liquid courage, man.
It helps.
Like, why drinking?
Because it helps, because it allows us to kind of tap into that emotion. I don't think men carry that we do, but we kind of don't. We're masculine. We're the men. We don't need to seek help. But it sounds like it's weak, but at the end of the day, it was strong. Like, I don't want to seem weak, but at the end of the day, it was strength to talk to someone and say, hey, I'm not okay. This is what's going on. And I accepted that load, and I gave him my load. Pause. I'm talking about energy. I'm talking about energy. All right, let's exchanging energy. And I found someone that I could, give that energy to. And why I haven't been to it is because I don't think I spiraled enough yet to get to that point where I need to, because I'm trying to find, like, some people find, I found different ways to receive, how do you say that? I found different ways of therapy. I meditated, I read, I wrote, and I found the ones that work for me are working out, going to the gym, positive affirmations in the morning, and that helps me. And it's helped me this far where I haven't spiraled yet. One day I am going to go to that and to the therapist and express it, but that time is not yet. But I feel like I'm getting closer as I'm getting older. I'm getting more fragile. So one day I am going to seek speaking to a doctor.
So you're waiting for the spiral.
Yeah. But I don't think
it's real bad.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me ask you this though. If, like, let's say, like, the you had, like, the Ghost from Christmas future come, and like, you could see, like, another version of yourself where you got professional help, like, mentally, even though you feel like you don't need it, but it created in you, like, this, like, just a new beast, just completely confident. You're able to make better decisions. You know what you want. You know how to get there. Like, you're pulling the trigger on things that you would have hesitated on before. Like, would you get it sooner? Or, like, I mean, are you still going to wait for the spiral?
Probably the spiral, but I'm going to sound like an adult and say, in time, I think I'm going to seek it. I'm just not there yet. I'm not there comfortable enough. I have different outlets, music. I have different things, but I'm going to go. It's just that I haven't hit that point yet.
Yeah.
And kind of to add on too, like, I'm very self-aware to where, like, if, let's say I were to put that information to someone, I've done it with him because I trust him. But I don't just open up to everybody. But it's like, I don't want to put that burden of me on you. So, and that's how it feels. Where it's like, now he's gonna have to think of me more often just to make sure that I'm good. But I don't like to do that or put it on others. I feel comfortable when people tell me because I carry a lot of information. But that's another reason why I don't want to put my burden on you. So that's probably.
I accept your burden. I accept you.
Proudly carry.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and kick off a couple quotes. See how many we can kind of squeeze in here. But your mental health is a priority. Your happiness is essential, and self-care matters. What do you do? Like, you kind of mentioned it before. You meditate, positive
affirmations in the morning.
What do you like to do? What have you done?
I do a lot of writing. I write stuff down that, encourage me or inspire me, or, just reminders that I know I want to have. I write down all my goals and stuff, and I like to go back and check them off. It makes me feel really good to be able to check off stuff that, like, I did, But traveling is a big one for me. And, I try to explain to people how important traveling is for my mental health. And some people get it, some people don't. They just think, like, oh yeah, it's just a reason for you to spend money. But it's like, I tell this to people all the time. I believe that, and I haven't always had this belief, but I do believe that self-care is a priority and not a luxury. Yeah. Some people treat self-care like it's a luxury, like, man, I really need a massage, but I can't afford those kinds of things right now. But it's like, your quality of life depending on something makes it a priority, not a luxury. You know what I mean? Like, if taking a personal day and just chilling at the beach doing absolutely nothing, or just laying in the bed like farting all day, if that's your business, if that's what's going to make you feel better, take it and do it. And who cares if your boss is going to be upset, if whatever. Like, they need to understand that too. And you have to set that bar and that foundation with yourself and with the people around you, whether it's your spouse, your kids, your work situation, or your family, whoever it is. They need to understand that, like, this is a priority. Your mental health affects your physical health. It affects your social health. It affects your financial health. And you're gonna be more fit to have those things in order when you take care of yourself mentally, you know?
100%. Because if you're in the same box all the time, it's perspective. Remind yourself that there's much more out there.
Absolutely.
And it gives you a much more clarity as to what you were kind of going through. But just like you mentioned, me personally, I go to the beach. There's a special rock that's flat. I take a blanket, roll it up as
Like
a pillow,
Shrek.
and I'm just right there for hours, just
Yeah.
chilling. And it's probably the most peaceful time that I have for myself. I don't think of anything. There's no anxiety. There's no stress. I'm just right there.
Are you usually naked?
There's
you
some
are.
people
You
there.
would want to know that.
They would be picking on me, but nah. And then one last real quick quote. Your journey's unique, and don't compare it to others. I've said it before. It's not where you start. It's where you finish.
Yeah.
Can you guys relate?
Mental health is a journey. That's my main thing. It isn't like a destination. It's like the journey is the mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that quote's important because a lot of the times we hurt ourselves emotionally and mentally by trying to compare, or even just listening to what people say to us, and we repeat it in our head instead of replacing it with like a positive affirmation that we should be repeating in our heads, you know? Like I said on another segment, I'll never feel bad for where I'm at in life, because I'm the only person that really knows what I had to overcome or what I've gone through, the different things that I've experienced in order to, you know, even still be alive right now, you know?
100,
And
100%.
like I had to fight my way out, and I'm still fighting. So, you know, this is my journey, not anyone else's. No one else is ever going to have this same exact journey. And if you believe in God, you know, once you get up to the gates, like no one else is going to be able to answer for you. No one else is going to be able to justify anything that you did except for you. So you have to be confident in that and just understand that no matter where you're at in life, you're doing the absolute best that you can with what you know and what you have at that moment, you know? Yeah. So looking back 5 years later and having a regret about something that you did, you know, a long time ago, what's the point of that? What positive is really going to come out of that, you know? That was the decision that you made because you thought it was the best for you at that time. Now you know better, so now you'll do better, you know?
100%. What are you going through? Just keep in mind, talk to somebody. You always have us. If you want to comment down below, we'll reach out to you. We'll talk to you.
Thank you.
You want to put your social media out there if anybody wants to reach out?
Oh, yeah. At Nikki Hustle on Instagram, HUSSLE. Yep.
Alex, thank you.
Thank you
so much for being with us.
You're amazing.
All right, go ahead and like, share, and comment down below. We'll be back next week.
Hey.
Black Eagle.
Zay told me he sent some shit, so be working on some amen shit. Yeah, club in the morning, off like 2. Sip champagne when we talk about views and cut like us. We stuck in the trap. Steak ain't rare, so we sending it back. All of my brothers are rare, can't cap. The money was quick, now we sending a few. I'm down by the 100, we starting to shoot. I hit 21, just watch how we move. PR in my blood, no I ain't no thug. Now we in the club, we threw a dub, now we on the move. He ain't no plug, no he just a fool. He sent a shot, now we send a few.